Hey friends, welcome back to my garden. If you're new here, my name is Jen. I do cooking, canning, and food preservation videos every Tuesday, and I do vlog style content on Fridays. If that's the sort of content that you're into, I hope you'll consider subscribing and sticking around. I'd love to have you here. Now, this is not the original video that I intended to make today. Originally, I was going to be cleaning out this center bed right here and getting the bed all ready to plant my garlic. But when I came up here, I saw how beautiful all of the flowers were, and I did notice that there are still a few little bees buzzing around every now and then, and I just can't part with these flowers just yet. I don't know. I'm clinging on to the last little bits of summer because I am not ready for winter. I'm not a fan of the cold, so I'm going to let these guys go a few more days, and then I'm going to come up here and clean them out. This bed is where I'm going to plant my garlic, and I know that you're not really supposed to plant onions and garlic together, but I'm going to break the rules and do it anyway. So half of this bed will be garlic, and half of this bed will be onions next spring. And I will just make sure that I feed them really well so that they're not competing with each other. And I'll try to make some space in the center. Maybe I'll plant some flowers or something. But yeah, so that's the plan for next week. Also, normally I voice my videos over, and today I'm not. You're going to hear a lot of background noise because we live on a very busy street. That is totally normal for us, which is why normally I voice over my videos. So you'll have to forgive me if you hear cars and trains from time to time. We were under a freeze warning for the last 2 days, and I didn't come up here and cover anything up because I figured everything was probably pretty much done anyway. And as you can see, none of my plants, even my pepper plants, still look great. So I'm probably just going to leave these up until we have, another hard frost. If they're making peppers still, they're still making flowers. I know that peppers don't really like cold conditions, but if I can get a few more peppers out of them, then fine. I'm just going to leave them alone. I don't have anything else to put in that space. You can see that I still have lettuce. Obviously, lettuce is cold loving. Radishes as well. They didn't mind the cold at all. The one thing in my garden that was my biggest concern as far as the freeze went was my green bean plants. But as you can see, everything looks great. I didn't come up here and cover anything up. Anybody that's been here for a length of time knows I'm kind of a chaos gardener, and I just have a tendency to let what's going to happen. Nature knows what's best. But as you can see, all the leaves still look really good. There's no burning or anything on them from the cold, no frost damage. And the flowers all still look fine. So we may still yet get a harvest of green beans, a second harvest. The temperatures during the day are supposed to warm back up into the 70s this week and upper 40s at night. So I'm very hopeful that these green beans still have some hope, of making me another round of green beans, even if it's just enough for a couple of dinners. As you can see, my zucchini and my squash are pretty much donezo. They weren't looking very good before the freeze. Now they're looking terrible. So we'll try again in the spring, and this spring I'm gonna try a little earlier so that maybe I can beat the squash bugs to it, because that is just one thing I have. If I only had one pest, it would be squash bugs for sure. And for 2 years now, they have beaten me to every squash and zucchini I have planted. I think I got one squash and one zucchini this year. So there's always next year, and that's what we're gonna do. When I come up here to clean out this center bed for the garlic, I am gonna do another pretty heavy harvest of the oregano. As you can see, last time I harvested, I cut it all the way down, and it's grown back and filled up the pot. And I'll do the rosemary too, because I've never had any luck with either of those two things overwintering in my garden. And I'm just going based on the assumption that I'm going to have to replant it next year, which is fine. But I'm going to go ahead and harvest some more of that while the harvesting is good. We'll probably go ahead and harvest some more catnip as well, since clearly it is flourishing. As a matter of fact, the cats are in the garden right now. And so I'm going to pick some and give it to them. You want some catnip? The sugar snap peas are living their best life here, clearly unbothered. I did harvest a couple of these the other day and they were super sweet, I guess from the cooler temperatures. So I'll go ahead and pick what's up here today and just leave them to do their thing because they are not suffering at all. They are over halfway up their little trellis. Same goes for the other set of sugar snap pea plants on the other side of the garden. They're doing just as well. And I think I actually have enough to harvest for a nice little snack today. So I am definitely gonna be greedy and I'm not sharing. I grew these and I'm gonna eat every one of these just because I can. There's nothing left to do but rip out the cucumbers and the cucamelons. They're still going strong. They've crossed over into the peppers now and that's fine, but I'm about cucameloned out, just like I am about okra out. And if you look, we have trains that come through here about every 15 minutes, which is usually why I voice over. But if you look closely, there are tons of cucamelons. I could probably harvest enough cucamelons to do a whole nother batch of cucamelon pickles. They're all along the fence line, which tells me my plan to grow them on the fence next year will probably work really well and make them a lot easier to harvest. So I'm done with them though, so I'm just gonna pull those out and put those into compost. There are still some peppers. I still haven't figured out why these peppers turn purple like this. This has been the weirdest pepper year ever. I got no jalapenos. All of my jalapenos were this plant right here that started off looking like a banana pepper and then turned purple. So I guess it's just gonna have to be a mystery, and next year I'll just buy new seeds or I'll just buy starts from the store. But I have, you know, a pretty decent handful of peppers I need to come out here and harvest before I cut these plants off. My weird poblanos never got any bigger. There's one slightly bigger back here, but again, it's deformed. It's not long like a poblano should be. So yeah, just really weird pepper year. But I did harvest a lot of banana peppers, so I'm not gonna complain. I mean, I still have a ton more to pull off of these plants. And in case I didn't warn you, this video is gonna be kind of all over the place. This is more of a vlog because I don't have any actual garden work to do today. So I said that I didn't order any seed garlic. I was just not in a place to spend the money because normally I spend about $80 on seed garlic. And for me, in my opinion, it's worth it because the garlic comes certified disease-free. Now, I know that I have enough garlic here from what I grew last year to use this as seed garlic. These are all of my favorite varieties. It's music. I think there's the bigger ones are like Transylvanian something. So I'm gonna go through here and the ones that are really good, like this one, for example, beautiful. This was the stuff that I harvested in July. I'm gonna go through here and I'm going to try to pick out enough of this garlic to plant for next year. And I know that by doing that, I am at risk of disease in my garlic. But if I'm gonna have garlic at all this year, that's what I'm gonna have to do. The thing is, I never plant my garlic in the same place twice. So if my garlic next year does have some disease issue, it's not a huge issue because I won't be planting my garlic back in that same spot again the following year. And the following year, hopefully I'll be in a better position to where I can actually order my seed garlic. So that is what we're doing with the garlic this year. I wanted to show you guys something kind of cool, kind of terrifying, but cool at the same time. My husband, about a week ago, was notified by my son that there was a giant hornet's nest in the wreath on our front porch. And this thing is huge. I mean, it's easily the size of my hand, and it was just packed full of hornets. And he came out and he took care of it for me, but I still have to remove the nest from my wreath because it's super gross and I don't want to touch it. But these things go crazy. And the other day I was like, I think I'll clean the grill and maybe grill something. And when I open the grill, there's like a football-sized hornet's nest in my grill. So I'll not be using that anytime soon. I just very gently closed it and walked back in the house like, nothing to see here, y'all, nothing to see. While I'm thinking about it, I just wanted to show you guys what the merch looks like. I have had the merch store active for a while now, and I haven't really talked about it, but I did get this hoodie, and it is super comfortable. My merch store, don't mind the cat hair, y'all, can't help it. My merch store is size inclusive. This is a 5X, and I'm a larger bodied person, and it is big on me and super comfortable. So if you guys are interested in that, just check out any of the links down below the video. So this is pretty much just what's left of my onions that I grew this year. Did not have a spectacular onion harvest. If I'm being completely honest, it's totally my fault. I didn't feed them like I should have. I didn't fertilize. But I have been using these. I've kind of used up most of the bigger ones. And as you can see, they're all pretty small. And that's just lack of nutrition. But, you know, like I told you guys before, every gardening year is a learning experience, and this year I learned that fertilizing your onions is very important. So all I'm going to do is just kind of go through these and clean them up and put them in a basket in my kitchen and try to get them used up as quickly as possible. If you guys have any suggestions on what to do with these small onions, I was thinking I would just chop them all up and put them in the freezer for future use. But that just seems like an awful lot of chopping for such small little onions. They kind of remind me of pearl onions. Some of these are so small. But yeah, definitely leave me a comment if you have any ideas on what to do with these puny little onions. But this vlog is, you know, all over the place. But you're probably going to get a lot more of these type of videos over the winter, just because there's no gardening content to be had. And I did kind of put some feelers out in my last video asking what you guys wanted to see from me, and it seemed like it was an overwhelming response of just whatever. So this winter you're probably going to get, you know, what I cooked this week, or maybe videos from the days that I bake bread, or if I'm doing some painting over the winter inside my house, you'll probably get maybe some home improvement vlogs, stuff like that. So hopefully, you know, you don't mind, and I'm going to do the best I can. There may be some weeks where there's no vlogs on Friday, because I'm going to be real with you guys. My life is just really not that interesting most days. But if I can put a vlog out on Fridays, I will continue to do that, because I know you guys really like to have 2 videos a week. And if not, I will let you know when there's not going to be a vlog on Fridays in advance, just so you kind of have a little bit of a heads up, and aren't expecting a video when there isn't one to be had. So if there is something specifically you would like to see, leave me a comment and let me know, and I will do my very best to oblige you. So thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and hopefully I will see you next week.